The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess is a very interesting game in the Zelda franchise. After the backlash from Wind Waker's cartoony art style, Nintendo, like new members in a frat, got peer pressured into making one of the darkest Zeldas to date. With its mature themes and Midna, surely there were some things we couldn't miss. After finishing up our last day of work, we get assaulted by a Boblin. We wake up as a wolf, but after getting the rundown on what has happened from Midna and Zelda, we realize our true calling, entering the Forest Temple. So after regaining our human form, we move on to the temple itself. With its windy atmosphere and clean design, let's hop into the Forest Temple to see what you couldn't miss. As we enter the first room of the Forest Temple, we come across 4 totem poles with various detailed carvings in each one. We see many more of these carvings throughout the temple, but never get a clue as to who made them and what they're for. While you can assume, since this is a temple, probably some ancient Hyruleans made these carvings. But the real answer is the monkeys, showing us that this monkey tribe has more than just intelligence, it has a culture. Deeper into the Forest Temple, we come across Tileworms. These enemies are smart and utilize the tiles located on the ground of the Forest Temple for camouflage. Not much is known about these creatures, however, due to their large worm-like appearance, we probably know more about these worms than we think. These worms must be the extremely far down the line descendants of Twin Mold, which, after being exposed to the elements, evolved to burrow into tiles as opposed to sand. The massive windy valley inside the Forest Temple is a very amazing sight to behold and one of the highlights of the Forest Temple. Here we need to utilize the Gil Boomerang to align these bridges for us to pass over the valley safely. However, these devices, while cool, are also very sophisticated. Clearly creating the wind switches would require an understanding of fluid mechanics when it comes to how air would flow around them. And with how sturdy they seem to be, this must mean the monkeys, on top of being culturally gifted, also have a deep understanding of physics and architecture, allowing them to create technology such as this. Now with the Gale Boomerang in our arsenal, we can start utilizing it to bring over small objects to our person. The main difference from other boomerangs, however, is the Gale's ability to bring bombs as well as other more heavy objects to Link. While this is an awesome feature, the fact this power was in the hands of the enemy is terrifying to imagine. Assuming that Diababa was in control of Ook, at any moment Diababa could have sent a bombing attack to anywhere in Hyrule at a moment's notice, which, on top of the state Hyrule is currently in, would be devastating. And finally, we make it to Diababa. This boss involves utilizing the Gale Boomerang and Ook's assistance to weaken Diababa to allow Link to get in close for heavy damage. However, while Diababa's main head just gets hit by the bombs, the other 2 heads for some reason swallow them, causing instant death. This at first wouldn't make sense, but considering Diababa regrows these heads, we can deduce why they do this. The reflex to swallow must be because the newly grown heads still have the rooting reflex, which is a reflex meant to help newborns successfully receive the nutrition they need. And that is the end of today's video. If you enjoyed, you know what to do.